What's up, guys? We are back cranking on the Miata. Today's mission is a bash bar. We need to protect this whole radiator intercooler situation so this problem doesn't happen again. So the idea is to run some tubing out here, then another bar across here, then down, and then maybe tie into here somewhere. Perfectly honest, I don't have an exact plan, but we're just gonna kind of tack some stuff up and hope it works, I guess. I don't know. Fingers crossed, we're hoping for the best. So we got the hood basically on straight, the bumper cover kind of where it's gonna be. So now I'm gonna mock up my bash guard with this PVC so I don't miscut and waste hundreds of dollars of this tubing. Don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm trying to be a little bit smart at least. So there'll definitely be a bar like right around here, and then one down here that's like not attached to the radiator to try and protect it. We'll bust out the duct tape and see what happens.
I found this rad looking Subaru, so that's the look I'm gonna go for.
You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night.
So I wasn't fully planning on notching the PVC and building everything out exactly how it's going to be, but then the more I thought about it, like, yeah, that's the right way to do it, to not waste any metal, and I'll have all the measurements exactly right.
We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. I stay the same. You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights. Yeah, 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 yeah.
We're gonna have to call it a night, but we made really good progress. I'm excited how it's turning out. It's not going to be exactly like that Subaru picture. In the Subaru picture, these bars go out like this, but I want to run a rectangle support from that down to here, so that's going to have to be straight up. So I'll probably lose this middle one and just have the two outside. We'll be back tomorrow. Alrighty, I got it exactly how I want it out of the PVC. Now it's time to rip it off and full send with the metal. Fingers crossed I don't blow out my Harbor Freight drill again. If you guys remember, I broke it in half trying to build the cage for the rally car. I made good progress with the bar so far, but now we are on to a more complex part of the equation. These down bars have two cutout things like this, I guess, and it's on an angle. The goal is to be down at an angle like this because of this triangle I want to build off of this frame rail right here down onto this bar.
We put the nets up in the lines, now we high.
All right, so even though this is a complex with like an angle this way and one drilled this way, I basically got it close enough to right that that's gonna work. And then this will go down here, and that'll be the real protection. And then we'll triangulate from this frame rail right here down to here. It's like that. Hopefully that's strong enough to take at least a little bit of abuse.
Kaleidoscope of colors beaming from my eyes.
All right, you guys, I am pumped. It's actually working. I have built my bash bar just like I did out of PVC. I'm so pumped. It's by no means perfect. There were some miscalculations going on in this general area. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do about it, but whatever, it'll work. It really is satisfying to take something from like a photo in my brain to plastic, now to actual metal. We're at the end of day 2. I got everything that I had done in plastic yesterday done out of metal today, so I'm super pumped on that. Got it all triangulated. Basically all that's left is we gotta extend this part of the top bumper a little bit, and then we'll see what extra I have to extend the bottom and connect them. I'm not sure exactly. I've only got like 4 feet left, but we'll see you tomorrow. All right, we are nearing the finish line. I just have to cut these out of metal and we should be good to go. Honestly, it's looking pretty awesome, and I'm surprised. I'm shocked that it's actually working this well.
Would've thought was LSD, LSD. Can't lose my mind like Kennedy, Kennedy. You see us cooking recipes, recipes. You hit the top, all you left with is the memories. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh.
Most of my welds are garbage, but occasionally I can get a banger. We also got most of the welds ground down on this outer bumper part. Off camera, I also finished these bars right here, so we're protecting the kind of intercooler and charge pipes. And it looks pretty good if I say so myself. I'll take it. Hopefully it does actual protection. So the next thing we got to work on is the skid plate. I'm gonna try and mock it up with cardboard and then go ahead and cut it into this aluminum piece that I just happen to have left over from when I tried to make one for the 3000 GT and it didn't work because I crashed it immediately. All right, the old skid plate is all bent up in a weird way from the crash in the 3000 GT, so I gotta try and somehow stomp on it and build it back to flat. That's where the bend is. This is where I need it to be.
Go hard to have it is your purpose. We had some faith that who gon' hurt this. I naughty night you lullaby. I'm doing me, it's do or die. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime.
Maybe I should just run it over with the car.
The vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change. Keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. I stay the same. You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the...
Work smarter, not harder, my friends. It's not perfect, but that worked way better than clamps, so we'll take it. I'm so dumb. Now I think the clamp technique will work because I need the bend right here. This is where it was before. So ideally we just get a nice bend right there. What I did for the front is just these little steel tabs that I threaded for these, hopefully get it a little more flush, but we'll work on that later. So all that's left is to cut a few more tabs and weld them in to the frame. The skid plate has been needed for so long. I'm glad I'm finally doing it. I wish I would have done it sooner. And I'm actually really lucky that I haven't popped an oil pan or something silly, because with no protection that could have easily happened. But now we're going to be protected. I was originally just going to weld some tabs to the frame to attach the skid plate, but then I thought that wouldn't be strong enough, so I had to cut them all off and came up with this idea. I just had this left over. Ideally, it'll be much stronger under there. Tack it up and see how we go. And we got tabs welded there, and then this whole beam right here. And the reason I decided on the beam is just so there's extra protection for the tranny and the skid plate doesn't like fold up into it. We finally did it, you guys. We have a bash bar and skid plate. It took over a week and it was much more difficult than I thought and had every adversity, but we got it. I'm so pumped. We're this close. We just have one more control arm to fix, mount the new tires, and fingers crossed next video we'll be out ripping.